Hey folks, I know you're going to think, some of y'all, that this is a very stupid video, but I am going to do a video on how I hang up clothes and some tips and the reason why I do things the way I do. Because let's face it, some of these people have never hung up clothes. Because let's face it, some of the people that may end up hanging up clothes have never hung up clothes and don't know these little tips to keep their clothes more wrinkleless, so they don't have to try to iron or fix them or stuff like that. A lot of our clothes nowadays do not have to iron, but there are some tips that I can show you that will help keep you from your clothes getting wrinkled as much and possibly not even as stiff. So here we go. Okay, I'm using the limb on the tree to hold it because I don't have a tripod or anything else to do that with. When you're hanging up clothes, you always want the sun to your back, whether it be in the afternoon or the morning. In the morning here, the sun is back there, so I always look away from the sun. The reason why I do that is because it can actually make you, it can actually hurt your eyes. Today I'm wearing glasses over top of my glasses. I don't see well with these, but I'm putting them on. Oh, something's in the water. I'm so excited. I don't know what it is. Let me go check it out. Okay, back to the drawing board. Yeah, that was only mullet. It's very hot out here and I want to get this done as quickly as possible. But like I was saying, if you started out early in the morning, you definitely want the dew to dry off so that you're not walking in wet ground. But I mean, hey, if that's your thing, I can't stand sweat under my nose. Sorry guys. That's your thing. Now, this is a tip that I do to get the wrinkles out of my clothes. I snap them, and that helps tremendously. Now, when I am hanging up pillowcases, I hang them from the closed side. I know that sounds crazy, but I do that so that nothing crawls down inside there. I know it sounds weird, but I always worry about that. So I'm going to put this right here. Now, when I get all these clothes hung up and I show you how I place the clothespins, you'll understand a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and try to change the mode on this so that you will see it quick and fast, because it can take me a few minutes to hang these up. Okay, I had to redo this. This is the second time around, but hopefully I can get everything and remember everything as I did the first one and actually get to see what I'm talking about. Okay, when I'm doing towels and sheets and pants and anything else, I never put the clothes over the line. And I'll tell you why I don't do that. Because if you put the clothes over the line, it causes it to stay wet there longer and can give you a musty smell if you're not careful with some things. Now, this one, you don't need a whole long space to fill out for this one. You can make it ripply like this and it'll still dry just perfectly. On the pants, same with them. If I didn't do it this way and I bent it over, that would sour because they're so thick, the waistline. On the shirts, I snap them real good. You can see the wrinkles have come out pretty much all of this. When I pull it off of the line, I will snap it again. Now, as for shirts, I always hang them from the top. Why do I do that? Because if you hang them from the bottom, it stretches the bottom out and gives you really bad looking shirts. I have to say, I don't know why it works at the top, but it always stretches out the bottoms. I learned that when I was a kid. And like I said again, I always do the closed in on pillowcases. Now on socks, I'm not as concerned about that, because if you do them at the end down here, it makes it a crinkle or something, and it bother your feet while you're trying to wear the sock, and I don't like that. Same with these. I only do them one ply. The same with the pants. I only do them one ply. I do not fold it up like so. Some people do this, and that's okay. But I want them to stay open and be able to breathe and dry properly without getting any like mildewy smell. I can't stand that. I can't stand that smell. So now on this one, this is one I take a lot of care with. These shirts are a pain in the behindy for getting them to be nice. These have already started drying really good. I snap these really good several times, and then when I put them on the clothesline, I straighten out the collar and I straighten these pockets really good, because if I put this in the dryer, all that'll come out bunched up and the collar's bunched up, and it's just a miserable thing for him to try to get in and out of his pockets when they're all crumpled up and you can't get them. That's when you have to iron. He doesn't like his clothes ironed, so I'm good with that. But these are the tips. Now, another little tip too, if you don't have space, the smaller things you can hang over top of the basket, and they will dry perfectly fine. And by them being open like that, they don't have that mildewy smell. So I hope you enjoy learning from me, and I'll bring you back for more of how this ends up. Okay, so there you have it. I am going to explain something else about clotheslines. See how this is standing up here now? Well, when I pull on it, see how far it goes down? It loosens up all the time, so I have to tighten it up all the time. When I was a kid, we used to have ours hang really low so that us kids could hang up the clothes. And then we had like a 7 or 8 foot 1x1 square board that we had a nail on the end of it, and we would hook that nail. The nail was pointed out away from the thing, the board. Say this would be the end of the board. The nail would come out this way. So we would hook it on the line and prop this line up. I don't know if you saw that. Okay, let me say this again. we would put a nail at an angle to make it come off of here so that we could hook the line. And when we put it on the line, we could just push it straight up, and we could make it as tall as we wanted to so that nothing dragged on the floor. I have his high enough that it doesn't drag. I'm an adult, so I can reach a little bit higher than the kids can if they were to do this. And when my grandkids get a little bit older, I have had Alora help me. She hands me the clothes, and by doing that, I'm teaching her how to do this and do it properly so you have nice clothes. So one of the reasons why I hang up clothes is because I personally believe that when you are putting your clothes into the dryer all the time, it causes your clothes to, it causes them to, how do I say this? I think it tears the clothes up, to be honest with you. I really do. I believe that the clothes are literally how do I say what I'm trying to say? Okay, I'll explain why I think that the dryer makes your clothes fall apart faster. When I do laundry out on the line, I have no problem with lint. Lint is fibers of the material. Just saying. When you see lint in a dryer, that's your clothes coming apart. That's the fibers of your clothes. Do I use a dryer? Yes, sometimes I use a dryer at home. Do I use a dryer here? Yes, sometimes I will use a dryer. But to prolong the health of my clothes and stuff like that, I prefer to have them hung out because I believe that it makes them last so very much longer. And oh my goodness gracious, by them lasting longer, it will literally help you to be able to not spend so much on clothes. You'll be able to I believe have a better I breathe better. Even though there's a lot of pollen in the air and a lot of stuff like that, I don't think that it affects me like it does when I use it in the dryer. The dryer also, I think, is just hard on the clothes. It beats them constantly. They're constantly beaten over and over and over. And things never come out as pretty or pristine. Yes, things are stiff. If you don't snap them, they will stay stiff. So therefore, you may not like it. Some people use fabric softeners in their clothing. I do not use any fabric softener. I use plain Tide Original. I know I'm not supposed to say names or what I use, but that's what I use in my laundry. His laundry is different. He uses a more gentle what do you call it? Soap, because of his skin. I'm allergic to a lot of stuff, and I'll be telling you right now, Tide is the way to go for me. So if I think of anything else, I'll add it to the end of this. Oh, and by the way, the shirt is really, the material is almost like a, it's really heavy material. It's almost like a denim material. And you can see, now that I've got it in the house and I've shaken it, and that's what I do, I snap it. You can see there's hardly any wrinkles whatsoever in it. And the pockets are staying down. Well, let me see if I can find one. Trying to see if there's one that's been dried in the dryer. Okay, this one has been dried in the dryer. See how these pockets are? I can't stand that, and neither can he. He gets so frustrated because he can't get in and out of the thing. They're all crumpled up, and the more he wears it, the more crumpleder they get. So, what do you want to do? I enjoy doing laundry. It gives me some vitamin D. I'm not out there that long. I spend more time in my garden than I do on the clothesline. So for me, it is awesome. Now, I don't get to do it as much at home because I'm gone during the day, and I don't want to leave my clothes out and take a chance of it getting rained on. So I don't do it as often. But now that it's coming summertime, I'm going to do it a whole lot more. So I may show you at my house too how I do it there, because I have a spinning carousel type clothesline. Anyways, don't forget, y'all, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Living Miracle Homestead. Bye now. Okay, as I'm sitting here putting this video together for you, I realized there's one really super big tip that I didn't even discuss. Wasn't because I didn't have that happen where I had to do that because he didn't have any sarongs out there. He wears sarongs that are have beautiful patterns and stuff on them, and to keep their vibrant colors and stuff like that, they're just a great big huge sheet of fabric. So I put the outside, I fold it in half to where the outside is touching itself. Kind of like turning your clothes inside outwards. And you can do that with other garments. This just happens to be a plain piece of fabric. With any kind of fabric that you want to protect it, turn it inside outwards so that the sun hits the inside of the material and not the outside to fade the colors. Also, if you if you're hanging your laundry in a shaded area, it's better for the colors to keep the colors together. But you also have other problems with, leaves and tree, stuff like that. So, you have to pick and choose your problems. I have found a lot of my stuff that fades. Now, t-shirts and stuff like this, yes, they will fade if you have to wash them as much as I wash mine. But I just turn them inside outwards. Now, Walt's, I don't do that because his really doesn't, he doesn't wear them that often. I mean, he's got enough of a wardrobe where I may wash a shirt. He's got enough shirts to last him for at least a couple weeks. So I don't have to necessarily do that inside-outward thing. And I haven't seen any discoloration in his shirts, or else I would be doing that. I just wanted to throw that in there. And I think that's the last tip I want to say about this. So I'm going to put this in the video.